Game over yet? I sure hope so. Because that was a snooze fest on so many levels. Offense, no good. Apple TV, just as bad. And the Blue Jays dropped the opener to the Baltimore Orioles 6-2 at Rogers Center. What did we say going into this series? Their offense, good. Jays pitching staff, overall, good. They hit, 3 home runs in the game. Mountcastle, Santander, and Adam Frazier. Meanwhile, the Jays have a tough time getting the ball out of the infield and getting a hit overall. And they scored 2 runs on 8 hits. But people, don't let the 8 hits deceive you. I'd say, 3 or 4 of those ones happened in the last couple innings. And they were ghost stuff. What I mean by that is they draw you in, yank it away. Right? You go to that bottom of the 8th inning, right? You get second and third, nobody out. George Springer gets that double. And you got Bo and Vladdy up. Bo gets the ground ball to score 1. Whoopie-doo. You're still down 2 more. Vladdy strikes out. You get 1 run out of all that. Then in the 9th inning, look, Danny Jansen's be the only guy hitting the baseball, seems to recently. He had a couple hits today, 2 for 4. He's now hitting over 200 in the season. Good for him. We had first and third. First and third, 2 out there in the 9th inning. Can't get anything else out of it, and you lose. But the story of the ball game is Kikuchi getting just destroyed by Mountcastle as always, who loves to face the Blue Jays. I think he's like 4 for 9 or 4 for 10 off Yusei Kikuchi. All 4 bombs. And he just incredible. And they made Kyle Gibson look outstanding today. Now, I'll be honest. Was I fully tuned in mentally to this game? No. Sure, I was watching the game and trying to be into it, but watching the Jays offense struggle mightily. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Their only run they scored was a 2-out rally. It was capped off. Well, I guess they scored another run, and it was on the Bo Bichette ground out. But Danny Jansen hit a 2-out RBI single. Brandon Bell had a double wit. Merrifield had was it the infield single or was it a walk? I can't remember how he got him in. But either way, it was a 2-out rally capped off by Jansen hitting an RBI single in the 2nd inning. That was really it for me. Then I actually came downstairs when I saw Mountcastle face Kikuchi, and I saw the first pitch strike where he swung and missed with a fastball down in the zone, and it was a mighty hack, and I'm like, oh boy. Then I came downstairs, went to the bathroom, and then 3-1. Mm-hmm. And the way the Jays offense has been recently, and for the most part of this season, yeah, it's bad. You ain't going to get much. I mean, it was pretty pitiful, right? George Springer had a couple hits. He went 2 for 4. Bo went 0 for 4 with an RBI ground out. Vladdy went 1 for 4, a couple strikeouts. Varsho and Chapman combined 0 for 8 with 2 punch-outs. And that's a problem right there. Those are your 4 or 5 hitters, and they're giving you nothing. I understand Chapman. Whoa, he did this. Yeah. Y'all expected Matt Chapman to regress a bit, but man, he's been struggling. And Dalton Varsho, you get I don't know. I'm trying to like Varsho. I really am, especially with the way Gurriel and Gabby Moreno are doing it in Arizona. I don't know. The offense is just pitiful. Brandon Belt went 1 for 2 in the game, and he walked twice. Brandon Belt was... Him and Danny Jansen were the best guys today. Sure, George had a couple hits as well. I guess you can throw him in there as well. But Brandon Belt giving you the best ABs today. 8 hits overall for the Blue Jays. Struck out 8 times, walked 3 times. The game just felt boring. For Blue Jay fans, obviously. For Oriole fans, hey, you won the ball game. You had 3 home runs. You're laughing. You're having a great time, of course. But for Jays fans, man, this thing was a snooze fest. Like an absolute snooze fest. Pitching-wise, Yusei Kikuchi, I didn't think the line suggests he pitched that bad. Again, he was struggling with command. Walked 4 guys. First time we've seen that this year for Kikuchi. First time he's walked even 3 guys all year long. Only that 3 hits. 3 runs. That was on 1 swing in the bat. Right? And that was the problem for him last year. The walks, the inability to throw strikes, and then give up a big long ball to give up, 3 runs in this case. Trevor Richards went an inning and a third, a lot of hit and a run. That was the Santander home run, had a couple strikeouts. Tim Mays with a clean inning of work. Anthony Bass, a clean inning of work, walked the guy, had a strikeout. Eric Swanson, it's back-to-back couple of tough outings for him now. He's gone 2/3 an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. It was on the 2-run shot from Adam Frazier. Did strike out 2 guys, and Thomas Hatch went in there and a lot of hit and got the one guy out got one out. And that was it for the pitching staff. But overall, it's the offense. You know, it's funny. You look at the Jays' offensive stats this year, and I'm going to go to them real quick. So where's team stats? The Jays are 12th in runs going into today. It feels a lot worse than that, doesn't it? A lot worse. Hits per game, 8th. Doesn't feel that way. Batting average, they're 11th. OBP, they're 10th. Slugging percentage, though, again, we keep hearing how, Rogers Center is a home run friendly ballpark. Well, the Orioles made that happen today. The Jays are middle of the pack, 15th in the big leagues in slugging percentage. OPS, they're 13th. Home runs, they're 18th in home runs. Sure, they've got some steals. Pitching statistics, they're more or less top 10. I mean, they've allowed 57 home runs, which is 24th in the league. And fielding percentage overall for the team, they're 20th in the bigs. So you guys can take those numbers for what it is. But overall, the offense ain't scoring enough runs. It's just not, you're not scoring enough runs to even be competitive. They went down 3-1 today, and I'm like, this feels like a mountain to climb. They went down 4-1, and I'm like, this game is basically over. And it was. You're supposed to have faith in your team, but man, oh man, seeing that today, it's ugly. It is flat out ugly. Now, let's get to the game tomorrow. Alek Manoah. Love my guy wearing his jersey, but speaking of ugly, the outings that he's been doing this year, other than like 2 or 3 of them, Alek Manoah is going up against a really good offense. Grayson Rodriguez, the young fella from the Baltimore Orioles, he's struggling so far in his rookie campaign. They both go at it tomorrow. Someone's got to be better than the other guy, or maybe they're both terrible and the bullpen's figured out. I don't know. It's a 3:07 first pitch tomorrow, game 2 of this 3-game set. For the love of God, can the offense show up? Please. This team has been so bipolar this year, it's crazy. You swept the Atlanta Braves. Albeit, it took a complete game from Chris Bassett to do so. To win, 3-0? Yeah, it was 3-0. And then you go back to the other Braves games. I want to try and go back to that real quick. So you won 6-5. That took a walk-off to do so. That was the Danny Jansen 2-run single. And then you won 5-2 on Saturday. So again, the offense wakes up for that series, right? Enough. Pitching staff was great. Fantastic. Yankees series, they score 4 runs in game 1, 3 runs in game 2, 3 runs in game 3, 2 runs in game 4, and they scored 2 today. The Jays have not scored more than 4 runs since the Atlanta series. It has been ice cold, and they have to figure this thing out. Because the last thing we want is to just get a massive hole in the AL East. The Orioles did their job today. They went out there, took advantage of Kikuchi not finding his spots, and taking advantage of the Jays hitters doing a diddly squat. They got to figure it out. You got to find a way to win tomorrow. And get the offense going. That's what I'm looking at. I know Alek Manoah struggled this year, but my look tomorrow is the offense. Give me something. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and definitely not this game today, if you're a Jays fan, if you're an Orioles fan and you love the game today, smack that like button, hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, all those links are down below. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, of course, tomorrow. Game 2 of the 3-game set against the O's at Rogers Center. Grayson Rodriguez, Alek Manoah is the pitching matchup there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and definitely not this game today. We'll talk to you guys then.